Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda, Heroes like Defender of the Fatherland, your Lord and Master. Off here to a 2v2 on rails and metals. In the north it is Sun and Moon here. You can't see that's basically it's got like these three dots is basically representing a sun and moon, so I'm just going to call them Sun, because, you know, that's going to be easier. And we got Drinu fighting here together for America, Freedom, Democracy here for the 5th Armored Division, charged breaking through the German lines here, helped by Prodigy and Crossfire. Fighting here together with both Oberkommanders factions here, forming up with the Führerbegleitbrigade. We got Breakthrough, we got Overwatch, and we got here Urban Assault with also Urban Assault Armor and Infantry Company. That features Breakthrough, Panzerfusiliere, Sturmoffizier, Assault Artillery, the Jagdtiger, Jägers, Early Warning Systems for the Fatherland, Leichte Feldhaubitze, Artillerie, Sector Assaults, and here we got the Urban Assault Equipment, Sherman Assault Kits, Rangers, Cover to Cover, and the Sherman Calliope. Double off start here for both American players, Panzerfusiliers for Prodigy and Fulton's there for Crossfire. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my page supporters, champions, heroes, spectacular specimens of the human race, one and all. Other people can join the ranks and possibly prove their, superiority by pledging on Patreon. And in this regard, also big thanks to Green Stranger for donating and support the Propagandacast via PayPal. Other people can join his glorious example and become a hero of their own right by donating as well. Links in the description there by PayPal or Patreon. And finally, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing is another way to prove your heroism, your faith, your belief in the Propagandacast by, just helping the YouTube algorithms get me around there. So anyways, off to the races here. We got the first clash here with Eastern side here. As Drinu here makes a push for the Eastern point, we can see they're already Prodigy has lined up here with the Panzerfusilier firing their rifles valiantly at the advancing riflemen there. We got liaison strikes up here in the west side. We got Crossfire creeping up there as the Americans are trying to find a breach here in the German lines. But so far, they're finding nothing except the jackboot of Deutschland. Triple Panzerfusilier for Prodigy, who definitely believes in them to a degree most Oberkommanders players really don't, because typically they start out a bit weaker than Volksgrenadiers, but of course once upgraded become much more potent. But still, it does cause a lot of Oberkommanders players to be much more hesitant in actually going for them, simply because of that early weakness. That said, here Prodigy is using the train masterfully to outmaneuver the Americans, sneaking about them, catching them here in a bit of a crossfire there, and suddenly they're out in the cold, or in this case out in the open versus the Germans with their guns. That said, Prodigy here needs to capitalize no extended forces here, as they could risk them getting absolutely murdered out there. Panzering up there. In the center there, we've got the Americans pushing up. You can see there, Crossfire slowly moving force here to assist. In the center there, in the east there, the Panzerfusilier are rejected from their premises. As Drinu once more launches another assault, but this time the Panzerfusilier are ready to receive this assault head on. We got a try on the way there for Prodigy, one for Crossfire. As for Sun and Drinu, there's no sign of much there. Neither has teched up, I think, or maybe I'm wrong. Nope, we do get the captain there for Drinu and for Sun. So yeah, standard stuff there for both American players. Captains, while not as popular in the 1v1 meta, much more popular in the 2v2 meta due to the way a lot of the maps are designed, meaning their anti-aircraft tactics are quite more powerful there, plus pack howitzers. So there's definitely a bit of a search there, or something slightly different there for only one meta, but there you go, both captains out there for the Americans. And we got not much else in terms of commanders still being chosen. We'll have to see if Igor or Prodigy goes for the Sturmoffiziers. He's a pretty good addition here. Tends to get overlooked, but again can be quite good, especially with some veterans. He really kicks some serious ass. Truck holding up here, waiting for something to happen. The Panzerfusilier there being pushed back. Back at base, healing, reinforcement. Prodigy there lining up for the next assault there for Deutschland. In the west here, we got Rifle there on the watch here against any advances from the Germans here. You can see their Crossfire could develop positions in the west. Battle Group headquarters up for him, and looks like they're lining up both their Battle Group headquarters fairly close to the front line. Fuel pump being seized for the Americans. Both fuel pumps they're in control of the 5th Armored Division. Could prove to be a problem here with Deutschland. We got Prodigy launching a counterattack, but still, well, can't defend as well from the building here, since for that machine gun, that window is not very useful. There you go, pushing out in the open, but still, there's the Panzerfusilier and the Sturmpionier. It's going to be tough. We got Jägers here for Crossfire. The Panzerfusilier streaming in, the Sturmpionier advancing. And the right squad's actually caught in a bit of tight spot there. Go, do get a Molotov, but the problem is they still kind of need to get out of there. And like, one entrance wide off, they're going to have to vault, which means they're going to take a bunch of fire. There we go, retreating. And escapes through a gap down the fences. almost getting wiped. That was a really close call there for Drinu. In the center, we've got the Americans going on the west side there. Victory pumping his way there. But the east side here is for the clash. Nego half-tech rushed out there. Sun there, not with quite one yet. We can see that Prodigy is completely sent packing here as it bursts through the fences and the foliage, sending a good portion of his forces completely scattershot across the fields. Gets in the course, but actually he's gone for Mechanized Regiment. Mechanized Regiment of Panzerfleets is an interesting choice, and it does mean he's going to have to like constantly laying down munitions for medical supplies, meaning there's going to be a little less munitions for the G43s. On the other hand, you can arguably then get the G43 package or Panzer going faster. He's going for the Kettenwerfers. I don't think Prodigy here is planning for Panzer Shakes anytime soon. But he could prove me wrong easily. Sending McSees there by the Americans. Crossfire there, starting to make much progress versus the Downton armies. We do get the G43 sniper rifle there, or marksman rifle technically there. We got rifle grenades up there on Drinu's infantry. Sun, though, continues to not quite have a command of terrorism here. We'll have to see what it goes for. Could be infantry for the light machine guns and the other stuff there. Could be armor company. Could still go for like urban assault, but I think at this point he would have gone for it if he had planned that. But maybe I'm wrong. Sturmpioneer dashing in here. Germans here under the Führer. Big Light Brigade so far found himself penned in quite efficiently here by the Americans. Few points there being claimed by America. Freedom, Democracy, Jäger up close being beaten back by the M1 Garands. In the east here, Panzerfleet, Sturmpioneer. A massive push being lined up. Even with the half-tech, he's just trying to destroy the barbed wire because someone forgot the wire cutters. God damn it, Carl. Next time, remember the goddamn wire cutters. I'm just going to drake you across the barbed wire. Looks therefore Prodigy. G45 going up for his Panzerfleet as well, increasing their firepower significantly for Deutschland. Yeah, looks here, bold choice. It's not exactly a common 2v2 choice, honestly, either, due to the maps having less room to maneuver in, which can be a problem there, but also like there's just typically less space until, say, time. It's like, you know, push ahead for him to like really do much before they get hit by tanks. But still, pushing ahead, he's going to put an anti-tank rifle down the anti-aircraft half-track. Looks this almost done. And there you go, damaging the engine, the half-track, of course, it can swiftly repair itself here, so it needs to like finish it off here pretty quickly, and I don't think currently Prodigy has the firepower or the strength to breach Drinu's lines to achieve that. Meanwhile, Sun here has gone for rifle defense, or infantry with rifle defensive structures, mortar half-tracks, light machine guns, time on target to the barrages, and the priest, and we do get a storm officer here to inspire Prodigy's men to greater feats of German glory. As looks also arrives on the front line here, based off the Panzer II chassis. And meanwhile, on the west, though, Crossfire has successfully breached the lines here of Sun, securing the entire northwestern half of the map here, gaining the German army fuel. Excellent. We can see there, more Sun there slowly feeding in troops. We got lots of light machines. We got the pack howitzers, so Crossfire is going to be likely on the receiving end of a significant push here. In the center, looks like Drinu here trying to flank around, but they've got at least some troops to stop that. Looks moving forward very slowly here for Prodigy. Up north, the assault continues. Triple rifle squads there with triple light machine guns, or one on each that is. Fortunately, there being absolutely more. They do get into heavy cover. We do get a Brandhand Granate, but that won't be, I think, sufficient for long enough. Pack cards there, Crossfire with the light infantry Geschütz in the center. Reassurance executed by Prodigy in cold blood. Up north, the Volkswagen is sent packing here. Rifle squad suffered only mild damage to run into the fire, certainly only bound to increase that damage. Captain also getting the devil out of there. Apparently forgot his lunch back at base. After those, the looks doing some light damage there as it punches for some of the shots there through the side armor of the looks, but does return the favor there to the anti-aircraft. Up north, though, again, Sun's counterattack here so far going swimmingly. Crossfire's lack of suppressive firepower here, and overall just infantry strength here means he is a fairly easy target here for Sun's infantry to bully. In the south, though, things getting heated up. There we go, another massive assault here by Prodigy. After there continues to be a significant pain in this posterior. The Storm Officer, though, is definitely in the charge. We do get rifle grenades there. The Kenver can't quite hit the bloody truck due to the shed nearby. Evicted from the premises due to a Molotov. And up north here, not much happening here. We can just see Crossfire's once but giving ground here to Sun. Not willing to fight him here in the southeast, though. Prodigy keeps up the attack here, but Drinu is giving no ground in the name of democracy. German players, see what it goes for next. We can see Crossfire taking up relatively soon. Prodigy could try and go for a Puma, I suppose. Looks here looking to make a dive, but there he goes straight into the M1 entertain gun. And the Academy crew dies out. Looks only narrowly survives, and there you go. Crossfire assisting, flanking up, hitting Drinu's side and causing him to completely fall back here, as he lacks the firepower to withstand that many angry Germans. And the anti-tank crew in particular is in a bit of a toss spot, particularly since there's currently a traffic jam due to the ambulance altering parked there. We do get some smoke here, cover to cover, but still bit of the problem there. We have to like maneuver so many units down this small and narrow space, then the ambulance ends up paying the price. An excellent kill here for the German army. And that's why you know, they make sure you don't block, you know, fire stairs and all that, you know, buildings, because like you suddenly have to like go through a lot of stuff that you need to not have the ambulance bloody well block it, do you? So, you know, keep those small vital roads clear. Try on the way, there'll be attacked there for Prodigy. I'm guessing there's going to be the battle group headquarters from the Schwerpunted quarters. Crossfire with his Schwerpunted quarters there, I imagine. Light infantry Geschütz number 2 here for the Germans. Academy falling back here, recruit. Sturmoffizier der letzten G1, 5 kills. Drinu all the way back at base, leaving Sun here to do all the fighting for now. We got a lieutenant as well from him. Interesting choice there on top of the major. But with him having gone for no light vehicles, he's, I imagine, just wanting to rush out some light vehicles pretty rapidly here versus the Germans. Meanwhile, big push in the centre, we've got light machines running around those as the Germans pour forwards for Deutschland. Right squad, they almost been wiped out here as Crossfire's assault dives straight through like a hot knife through cold butter. Inside here, bit of skirmishing. Well, actually, nothing's expecting the push to come, and Drinu, I think, is lining up a big push here. Infantry, half-tacks, straight into mine there. Casualties unimpressive. 4 men dead, and the rest of the squad's shocked here. Excellent mine there from Prodigy. In the west here, the fight continues, and ultimately Crossfire is ejected here. His men dying in their droves, unable to pierce through their Sun's defenses, though they have been weakened. 50 kill there for Sun. No Sun of tank yet. Drinu also got the major up. We got here Prodigy falling back here as the American assault is slowly heating up the pressure once more. We do get a smoke grenade there. And the pack cards unleashes another volley here, looking to snuff out as many Germans as possible. Their pack or light infantry gun crew there suffers a loss. There's Wilhelm, gets absolutely blown to bits. And there we go, battle headquarters there for Prodigy. So we'll have to see what goes for next. Straight into our mine there with the echelons. Can upgrade his third. I can actually upgrade now with the G for the fees unless he's planning puncture strikes here. Schwerpunch goes up there for Crossfire. Bit of quiet here as Drinu lines up for another assault for freedom, democracy. We're moving in with the 6th Motorized Rifle Company, but Prodigy is blocking here with his looks, his Leichte Aufklärungspanzer. Stopping the Americans advancing towards the fuel point and keeping it safe for Deutschland. Reich. In the west here, folks have been equipped with the Sturmgewehr F-44, Sherman away there for Drinu. Sun there has yet to go for Sherman despite having the resource for it as well. Maybe he's planning a Jackson. Drinu, I imagine, is going to go here for the Sherman Bulldozer Blade there to make it even tougher. Folks have been pushed back, but the Ralph squad again, the light machine guns and the pack out are proving to be a bit of an obstacle here for Crossfire's member. There you go, he braves the dangers. Well, his men brave the dangers. He's obviously quite safely far away from that. Ralph got pushed back. The 2 light infantry guns plus a sufficient number of angry Germans does nonetheless undermine Sun's defense here, lacking any heavy weapons. So we do get the 5th coming, but it's caught up here by the folks in the center. The fighting is ferocious, ruthless, and incessant. In the center here, Crossfire pushes forwards, Brandhandgranate being unleashed. Up north, the Cap, Lieutenant, and the folks are finding out here. And then the Sturmpioniere, bogged down. Neither side making much progress. In the south, the Drinu has once more routed Prodigy, who's fallen back towards here. Medics on the way, and he's going for light infantry gun as well. That's going to be a lot of light artillery for the Germans. Panzerfleet halted here. 2 squads there, bogged down in the middle of the bloody road, unable to make further progress against the American. Drinu slaps down Prodigy. And there you go, Panzerfleet sent packing, got the Sturmoffizier moving closer actually too though, but needs a bit more punch, I think. looks on the move again here, looking to flank the Americans. Tango to move this autocannon and coach machine gun. Sherman on the move here, bulldozer blade on the way there. 5th car flying up here. For those wondering, what does the bulldozer blade do for stats? For the Sherman, in terms of stats, it basically gives it roughly the same level of armor as a Panzer IV Model J, actually not a bit more. Plus it gives it more health though than a regular Sherman has. So it actually in that regard becomes better than the Panzer IV Model J because it now has more health and roughly the same level of armor, but actually not a bit more, while actually costing less than the Panzer IV Model J. Can self-repair, fire white phosphorus, and switch between armor piercing and high explosive shells. It's an incredibly powerful upgrade. There's a reason they removed it from mechanized, because it just makes mechanized too good. Shem gets a good hit there. 5th car now being added. Should probably pick up. There you go. Drinu makes a mistake. The half-track crew there gets caught up in the terrain and gets blown to bits. A staggering blow there to America. In the west, though, again, findings happening there. Swinging back and forth here. We can see their Sun is moving forwards once more to reclaim the birthright of America. The fuel. Looks moving in here. 9 kills for 2 here. In the center, though, Sun is lining up a big assault. We've even got a mortar attack from him. Plus Jackson. Lots of artillery of the lighter kind this match. Like, no heavy artillery, like no rocket artillery either, but just lots of mortars and like light howitzers, which is certainly quite interesting. Got lots of mortars, like 1 mortar half tank, but you know, with everything else, it certainly feels like a lot. In the east, though, eager here, or Prodigy, I mean, has breach fun again. We can see here the traffic jam happens. He's trying to stuff everything through a very small narrow gap. He just can't fit it in there. Costing him the anti-tank gun crew. First the ambulance, now the M1 anti-tank. We can see that Drinu launches a counter-attack to try and turn this mess into, well, less of a mess, but it remains a mess. He's not deploying smoke with the Shem, which is definitely a mistake. That concussive grenade further adding pressure here as Prodigy just keeps up the pressure. He's hoping to get the anti-tank and at least salvage it. Sherman forwards here. Another no, that's not a Sherman, that's just the Clive for some reason getting reporters ready. We need to fix up the Sherman and get it out of there. Prodigy, though, has not quite succeeding in breaching. In fact, might be forced back. In the center, the Sun moves up here in the west. He's also making probes, but there you go. Artillery fire all over the place here. Drinu, by the way, and Sun, they're both floating an incredible amount of munitions. Like, at this point, I think they should either start using abilities or mines or just research some grenades, because I feel like some grenades here and there could be amazing versus the Germans as well. And we do get the 3rd truck out here for Prodigy. Sharphunt goes up northwise. No orbs in here for Crossfire. I definitely think he'd benefit from that. No tanks either, unless he's planning a Panther. It's also not impossible he's planning a King Tiger, which would be kind of bonkers, but go figure. Another light infantry gun. That's going to be a total of 4 light infantry guns for the Germans. That is quite a few. That's like 2/3 of, like, you know, a company of them. A company's worth of them. Punching Mold here. Shem running forward here. 7 kills near Bethany 2 there. Once more, Prodigy falls off the field in the center there. Sun, though, very slowly and methodically tries to ground down here Crossfire, who is certainly doing his best to not be, well, ground out. The Kedma screaming forward here through all of the debris and the explosions. Luke's moving forward. One's got the truck there ready for Prodigy. It's almost well up. Rearson's there routed as well. Sherman there still in dining repairs. It is Bethany too, but not entirely sure how long he can keep it there. In the center, up north, Jackson moved there, got a truck on the way there for Crossfire. So yeah, he is definitely going for the King Tiger. As for Prodigy, maybe he's planning a King Tiger as well, honestly. Or, I don't know, a Yak Tiger? That'd be insane, but like, who knows? Still, Sun again, the center got 487. Americans certainly got a bit of victory point needed with the Germans. Those goddamn Krats. Panzerly pushing forwards under Oberfeldwebel Ludwig Wagner. And there you go, Calliope out for Drinu, ready to unleash a torrent of rockets then into Prodigy and Crossfire's men. Up here, Sturm of their flank there. There we go. Virtually 3 gained on the Sturm Officer. Nice bonus there. Gives a bit of action. There's really, like, you know, Virtually 4 and Virtually 5 becomes nuts, though. In Virtually 2 is pretty good with the addition of an extra guy. Sturm Pioneer Road, they do get their Panzerschreck. Northwest, Crossfire wants to push in toward, and Sun is, like, very quick to concede ground here. Very quick. More traffic coming up here. Still no kills on that one, though. Crossfire, they're still advancing with his lightning guns, his infantry. A swift advance for Deutschland across the centre west of the east remains a bit more split here. Heavy fighting here, still no tanks there from Sun. He really should go for some tanks, though. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen a single tank from him yet at all. Schwerpanzer quarters up here for Prodigy, all authorised and everything. Crossfire, meanwhile, is definitely on the path here towards the Königsjäger, the Tiger 2. Again, we've routed. North here, Captain routing the Jaegers at any high cost here. Sturmpioneer diving in there. In the southeast, the Drinu launches in with another assault. There's like several major engagements here going on like every 5 minutes. And it's hard to like figure out which one to pay attention to. Noting Barbie here that both Sun and Crossfire actually flooding a fair bit of manpower here. Certainly I think also highlights that the engagement on their side is probably the least intensive one here in comparison to, you know, Prodigy, Drinu are both like just, you know, slamming each other hard. Crossfire and, you know, Sun there slightly taking a bit more cautious dancing approach with each other. Up north here, Fox almost got the northern point here. Pipcal pack out to fire though, proving to be a significant obstacle. Crossfire getting ever closer to the King Tiger of his dreams. As for Prodigy, again, the question is, what the hell is he planning? Is he planning a Jagdtiger? Is he planning a King Tiger? I don't know. Hunters are pushing forward, stay close to the east. We got the Americans sold up here. Actually, that building is super cautious and dangerous. And there you go. Calliope unleashes a rocket barrage straight out of hell and right into nothingness as it hits basically bugger all. That's like pretty close range. There's some awful accuracy there by Drinu. He still managed to almost wipe the foot score, but that's not because of the Calliope. That is not because of that one at all. Looks like caught with firing high explosive shells. It can't really do much damage to it. Like Ken joining in meanwhile. Got troops lining up for another push here as Drinu marches forward for freedom. Sherman they're diving out for looks, but there you go. Infantry in here, like Ken as well. The Sherman shoots, misses. Panzerfleet they're being met with heavy fire. Looks like we shoot with the Sherman. Nasty hit. They're close effective. Fleet like Kedman about it. Panzerfleet almost annihilated. Schwerpanzer quarters firing shot after shot at the Sherman. Not really doing anything, but he's convincing the Sherman crew to get the hell out of there. Up north, the Sun once more clashing here with Crossfire. And he's starting to spend some of his manpower. Cooks another 15. He's going for another Jackson though. Feels like he's very much expecting heavy armor from the German, which, considering the circumstances, definitely isn't the wrong idea, but at the same time, he could also, like, you know, do more damage to the Germans before they even get their heavy armor out. In this regard, I feel like Sun is focusing too much on a possibility and not too much what's going on right now. There we go. And there you go, sector assault here by Crossfire unleashed upon Drinu Sherman as he fervently and desperately tries to get out of there. We got cover to cover here, trying to cover the retreat here. But it is not enough. The Luftwaffe scores its kill. Look, starting in there. Half HV-84, tearing into the infantry. We can see the Drinu's men are being decimated, slaughtered, annihilated. But there you go. Anti-tank rifle, anti-tank gun here. Might be able to finish off here. There we go. Ambulance on a bit of danger zone. There you go. Rifle grenades off. Obviously not making much of an impact. West side being grabbed up, but the Jacksons remain very passive and conservative here for him. And there you go. Got the looks. Kinda. Need to finish it off here. Big push here by Prodigy. Big push. Artillery called in by Sun, I think. Oh, actually, there's a call. Oh, we got the looks though. But we got a bar dropped here, which Prodigy could use. Oh, Calliope barrage right into the massed infantry under Prodigy's command. West side has been conceded there by Crossfire for now. Although it is turning into a major assault through the centre, covered up by smoke. Thumbs up. They actually, I think, used most of his light infantry guns to lay down that smoke screen. He did. That was really good. 2 thumbs up to Crossfire. But again, we sort of notice again, there's a bit of an issue there with Sun's forced conversation. I can understand he's concerned about King Tigers or possibly even Jagdtigers, but if he ignores the infantry, though, that's going to be a massive problem as well. I don't underestimate the good, role of infantry in a game like this, but there you go. King Tiger for Crossfire. Deutschland, the Tiger 2, also known as the Tiger B. Rolling ahead there with his high velocity 88mm gun there. A beast of steel and German determination. Crossfire with the fresh Raketenwerfers. Drinu lining up here, but he's definitely seen better days. His tank is gone. He is going for Jax as well here. And Prodigy, we'll have to see what he goes for. At this point, it very much looks like a King Tiger, or again, possibly a Yak Tiger. Yeah, King Tiger and a Yak Tiger would certainly be quite the sight to see here in a match of companies too. Got Ravagers of the Echelons, kills poor Otto. Jackson there remaining with serving. I mean, again, like, that's a lot of manpower and fuel. I mean, remember, they cost about 400 manpower and 145 fuel. So that's about, 800 manpower and 290 fuel. That's currently been doing very little here for quite some time. Again, they are good units for sure, but, like, if your opponent's not doing anything in terms of armor, I mean, you might actually want to consider hitting up your opponent with tanks first. But anyways, now they will have some usage, but the question is, can they actually make use of them? Either way, Crossfire moving into this team here with the King Tiger. Prodigy getting ever closer towards either the Yak Tiger or the King Tiger number 2. I mean, 2 King Tigers could arguably perhaps pose a problem for the Allies. Oops, sorry about that, or a massive headache. Air recons here from Sun and Moon, but there you go, met with a wall of fulls because the Jackson can't easily punch through there. Prodigy meanwhile is getting very close to the King Tiger. Got another 8 shown away in there for Sun. Drinu got his own Jackson ready, going for the Königstiger here, at least attempting to. Shoots and misses. What a whiff. Centre being seized here by the Germans under Prodigy's command. Rav squad flanking up here. Fifth guy there, trying to catch up with the Germans. We've got folks in the middle of the road. We've got the King Tiger forts again here. Bit of quiet here on Drinu's side. He's probably trying to figure out how to handle this. Meanwhile, Prodigy, I mean, he has the fuel now for the King Tiger and obviously also for the Yak Tiger. The question is, he just needs the manpower, at which point it just becomes a question of which button does he press. Here we got a massive force push again. Fifth caught up pushing again. Good use of smoke here by Crossfire to disrupt here Sun's defensive lines. Fifth sitting up here. But again, folks out in the open already. Oh, there we go. Being met with heavy fire here from both the Sherman. But multiple incendiary grenades. Just burning white hot there. Just incendiary. Oh, no. Okay, cancel the retreat. But he actually caused himself to lose more losses because, again, the actually stacked. And the Sherman crew, for some reason, popped out there. Misclick on a hell of an age there. The King Tiger did a lot of damage. We got the troops retreating. And that's a complete mess there for Sun and Moon. Like, again, I was about to say, but incendiary grenades, you can see they connect his stacks. Like, throwing 3 of them in the same spot can just, like, roast infantry in seconds. Definitely punishing here Sun and Moon for, like, a forward retreat point like that. Clive is almost ready to fire here. And we got Prodigy with an infant half-track, by the way, as well. But the Yak Tiger. That is 2 massive steel behemoths here for the German army against America. Calliope doing what he can here against the battle headquarters. Germans, they're caught up in it, but they do manage to get out of there mostly. A Kenra crew that has less success. A nearby shed is also utterly shedded of any shedness. And we get a Ranger squad here for Drinu. Definitely not a bad idea if you're actually going for that soon. Also, crucially, Sun really still is flooding a ton of munitions. Like, really, I feel like he should have been laying down mines and he should have gone for the commander soon, but really just been laying down a lot of mines. Maybe use some abilities there. Definitely feel like that's a bit of a slip there by Sun and Moon. Spears advancing in there. Panzer there advancing steadily for Deutschland. Massive wave of infantry. Got the Ace Storm Officer by the way there, who can absolutely decimate infantry. Jackson moving up. Yak Tiger advancing there with its 128mm gun. Fun fact, they actually drew up the Yak Tiger crews from other experienced tank destroyer crews or heavy tank crews. The problem was, though, the heavy tank crews were not quite as used to operating in an assault gun like this, so they tend to perform a lot worse than the actual like Yak Panther crews, which I'm going to be fighting in some of these as well there. So, fun fact. Northview Jackson being pushed back, troops are pressed out in the open. Right up was the Panzerverlierer. Infantry being utterly ripped apart here by Prodigy's lines. Americans are being steadily pushed back into the base, and the Jacksons just aren't doing a lot there because, again, like, you know, they just completely focused so much on, they didn't have enough armor or anything else like deal with the infantry, and the infantry then just pretty much, you know, ensures the Jacksons can't get too close then. Yak Tiger on the move here, but there you go, Jackson's engaging the Yak Tiger. Pushing back here, the heavy tank destroyer there. Jackson being picked up by the Calliope with 10 kills, about 21 here. We got 196 versus 275. Pretty rare to see a combination like this. Pretty rare. Rangers advancing. Nope, not great with Thompson's, but with a full set of bars almost. Actually, they have been a full cut with a full set of bars. Versus the Storm Officer who also has a bar. In fact, you get another bar. That seems kind of dangerous. That seems kind of dangerous. Hey, look, it says Otto. I can't believe the Americans fight with this crap. Yeah, I can't believe it either. Got the Calliope there unleashing hell. Jaegers there being utterly obliterated. Good hit from the Yaktig and the Sherman. Punches clean through the armor. Had that been an actual Sherman, then the actual war, that Sherman would have been completely gone. Jackson engaging here the Yak Tiger. Yak Tiger misses. We've got 149 to 275. The Americans try with another assault, but they're just struggling to make much progress. Versus Deutschland here. And kills, no kills on the Yak Tiger though. We got 143 to 75 up north here, better doing there by Sun&Moon. Got the northern fuel point back. And there got another Jackson there. They got so many Jacksons, but just, you know, not much to show for it. Being met here with a wall of death here from the Storm Officer and the Panzerverlierer. Jackson moving up here. King Tiger backing up. Yak Tiger lands a great hit in the Jackson tank destroyer there. Grierson's being slaughtered. No mercy shown here by Prodigy, but there you go. Noticing the Calliope, he just retreats. He doesn't try to, of course, figure out he's firing up north. We've got an isolated Panther being pursued by the two Jacksons. Finally, Sun&Moon's tank destroyers may finally act to destroy something. There we go. Got the Panther 4. There's still just the issue of the Yak Tiger and the King Tiger working together in Kruppstahl unison. Comes to the Rangers here. There you go. Good hit from the King Tiger, gaining veterans 1 here. Sun&Moon and Drinu are trying to figure out a way here, but they are stumped. It seems like struggling to break this armored Kruppstahl fist. So what will Sun&Moon do? What will Drinu do? Straight to double camps up north here. The Sherman is quickly sent packing here. And certainly unlike Drinu's, he can't upgrade his with the bulldozer blade. So there you go. Pop goes the Weasel. Jack creeps out the Jackson. Yak Tiger. There we go. Another hit here. We got air support called in here by Crossfire. Calliope barrage here. Drinu lays it in hard on Prodigy. But most of the rockets are missing, and the German infantry is decimating Drinu's men here. King Tiger and the advance. There you go. Air support raining down on the Jacksons if they could just hit. And there you go. Drinu and Sun&Moon surrenders. A loss here for America. Freedom, democracy, victory for Deutschland and Kruppstahl. A fierce fight here with a lot of big armor here in the end. That said, I feel like, again, Sun&Moon here, while he certainly had the right idea in some ways, I think he went about it the wrong way. Rather than just waiting for the tank destroyers to, you know, the heavy armor to arrive to then shoot it down. He should have put more pressure on the Germans until then, and then brought in the heavy tank destroyers and acted this, meaning murdering the infantry. Instead, he ended up playing too passive role because he just spent a lot of resources on the two Jacksons while again failing to contain the infantry. So that way the Germans were just able to overwhelm them because they couldn't get the Jacksons past the infantry screens because they are tank destroyers and so not a particularly much use against the infantry. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell a family. And do consider supporting the Propagandacast and its noble effort by pledging on Patreon or donating by PayPal. This is Imperial Link saying cheers. Thank you for watching. Till tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.